Hey guys, I've done a ton of videos recently that are very serious and very constricting to my personality and who I am. So I wanted to switch it up a little bit because I wanted to have a little fun. I wanted to go over 6 purchases that I have made that I thought would make me happy, but ultimately did not. And this is good. Take some notes because you may think about purchasing these, and I'm going to encourage you to not because they are very deceitful. So, here we go. Oh my goodness, this one's super embarrassing. The first one, car stereo, a subwoofer. When I was a teenager, I used to think it was really cool to blast hip hop and wake up every single neighborhood child in the morning and disturb all the people walking by on the street. I'm kind of being sarcastic, obviously, but I spent, unfortunately, a lot of money. $1,500 when it was all said and done on a freaking car stereo. At that point, my first car only cost about $6,000. So I spent, oh my goodness, almost 20 to 25% of the value of the vehicle on frickin' audio on a stereo. It just makes me laugh because I thought it was so important at the time, and ultimately it simply was not. Although it sounded good. As most of you know, I live in California where it's quite sunny and it rains sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the northern part, so it does rain sometimes. However, I have bought the same windbreaker slash rain jacket in 3 different colors. Yeah, it doesn't rain that much to justify 3 different windbreakers. It just simply doesn't. But I had to have the 3 different colors, and it's interesting because now I've become very, very minimal in my clothing selection. As you've seen other videos, I pretty much wear the same thing all the time. And that cost about 50 bucks a piece, so about $150 I spent on jackets. When, quite honestly, it's quite warm here. When I first started doing videos and first started blogging, I used to think I needed every single app for my website. Every video editing app, picture editing app, blog pop-up, blog app, blog this, blog service, social media manager. It was extremely overwhelming. I definitely dove in a bad way. I don't even know what the amount would be dollar-wise, but I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars in my blogging beginning because I thought I needed these things. And they ended up bringing more frustration and tech support chats than they did happiness. And they didn't really help the website at all. And it made my website quite slow. So I eliminated them very quickly. Single folks going on first dates for dinner. That was a very bad blunder I did for quite a while. It would be cost between $20 and $40 for someone I didn't even know I really enjoyed their company. And I can't even think about how many times that's happened. It makes me depressed and want to curl up in a ball and die. Okay, it's a little extreme. But it cost a lot of money, and I used to think dinner was the right thing to do. And now it's usually a $2 coffee. Or $3 if you're really cool. But not more than that. I once bought a microphone for my camera that cost about $250, and I've used it probably once or twice in the last 2 years. Yeah, talk about a completely unnecessary purchase. Just frustrating. I still look at it quite often. I can literally see it from right here. It's on my camera, but I don't use it. Dumb, right? And that's the thing about good intentions and desire to use things. Until you actually have a need for it, don't buy it. And I figured out very quickly with video equipment, because I have quite a bit of video equipment I literally use once or twice a year because it's very niche and very specific. I one time bought the same sunglasses in 3 different pairs. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I already had sunglasses. I already had a couple pairs. But apparently a person needs 5 pairs of sunglasses? Again, thankfully they were only about $25 a piece. They were cheap fake Ray-Ban sunglasses, and it wasn't too much of a financial investment. But again, I think about why did I buy 3 different pairs of the same sunglasses in varying colors? Why? 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 And the answer was because I was impulsive. And that's the issue with a lot of these things I've talked about. Impulsivity and not really thinking things through. And that is what being satisfied with purchases is all about. Because all the things I've listed so far are not things long term that make satisfaction happen. Well, maybe the first date one, if you actually spend time and date this person for a long amount of time. But besides that, the rest are just foolish. They were very foolish for my situation at the time. Spent way more money than I was necessary, and quite honestly, way more than I should have, and that is a bummer. But I'm glad I did these while I was young, as opposed to spending, $100,000 on a home that was not inspected correctly. That would be very, very unfortunate. So I'm glad these are relatively small purchases while I was young and not the large purchases that are very regrettable. So I'm thankful, but I look back at myself and think, why, man? Why? But I want to know what you guys have bought that you've either regretted, but don't live with regrets, or you thought was going to really make you excited or happy for an extended period of time and it simply did not. Comment below. I want to see what you guys did because I want to feel better about myself. No, I just want to see what other people have bought that maybe I can avoid buying in the future. Make sure to comment and subscribe. I will talk to you guys soon and think your purchases through.